Hello, and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. We are getting close to the end of the school year. State testing is done, and you might be looking for a way to keep students engaged and also review some of the material that you've covered for the entire year. If you're like me and have a bunch of stuff on Google Classroom, it's actually a really simple step. Using Google Classroom and Google Gemini, Google's AI program, you can take all the things that you've posted on Google Classroom, have Google Gemini create a quick little game for GimKit, for Kahoot, for Quizlet, whatever else that you may need, and you really don't need to go searching through all that you've been doing for the past 168 days. Let's take a look at how to do that. The first thing I'll want to do is scroll all the way down. Google Classroom is kind of strange in that it only reveals part of the stream unless you scroll all the way down. So I'm going to go all the way down to the beginning of the year, scroll back up, click on Ask Gemini. I need to make sure that I've got the latest browser in order to do that. That's up here. Once I click on that, it'll automatically share the tab. And I'll go ahead and write a prompt here saying, can you create an end of the year review? I'll specify GimKit is the platform I want to use. I'll show you how to use other platforms in just a minute. And take all the information that is part of this Google Classroom and put it on an end of the year quiz. Now, if you've got lesson plans on a Google Doc or something like that, you can do that too. It's a little bit easier for me because I have them all on Google Classroom. So I'll go ahead. I can only use Flash for this particular model or Pro. Flash is going to be okay. So then I'll go ahead and click on this. It'll take a look at this, look at all of that information here, gather all those details. Takes a moment. And then it'll go ahead and create a couple of different modules. Now, there may be other things that you want to cover, but this is going to give me a pretty good start, and it's saved me a lot of time. So I've got The Giver, Diary of Anne Frank, Figurative Language. Again, all stuff that is maybe stuff I want to review towards the end of the year. So I'll go ahead, I'll start a GimKit, which I've already started to do in this other tab. Set all this stuff up. Cover photo, just a placeholder for right now. And then I'll go ahead and import from a spreadsheet. Now, the problem with Google Gemini right now is that I'm not able to put all of these into a spreadsheet. So I'm going to have to give Gemini another instruction here. So I'm going to go ahead, go back to Gemini. Here I've got my Google Classroom tab. I'm going to go ahead and go to the little plus down here and also share the spreadsheet template. So now I've created two tabs. I'm going to say, hey, could you take all of the info that you just did, and could you actually create 30 questions and put them into the format in this spreadsheet? So I'm sharing two different tabs with it right now. It'll take that, take a look at my Google Classroom again, take a look at the Google Sheet, and it'll take all of that information and spit something out. Everything connects back together. And it'll say it can't edit it, but it can give me something that I can copy and paste, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste. Copying is this little part right here. So I'll take that, copy. I'll paste it down here. I'm going to paste the values. Now, that looks like a big mess. So what I need to make sure that I do is go up to where it says Format, Data, Split Text to Columns. I can go ahead and get rid of this row. And now I've got my 30 questions right here. Now, I may have to go back and edit some of these, but I've just saved myself a ton of time by covering all of the stuff that I've used. And I can use this as a GimKit, just maybe as a way to keep my students engaged. I'm going to go ahead, rename this here, 2026, end of the year review. I also need to go File and download this as a CSV, comma separated values. I'm going to go ahead, save it somewhere where I can remember. Awesome, right there. Go back to GimKit, upload. I'll find that file again, right there. Double click, and there I go. Now again, this isn't perfect, but I've come up with a review set And I can also, if I want to put it into a different format here, I can just say, hey, you know what? I've got all these questions right here. Could you go ahead and put this into a format that I could use with Kahoot or use with Quizlet or use with something else? It'll take a look at it and say, well, here you go. I can copy that, put it into a Google Sheet, put it into Excel. And so that's a way that I can take a bunch of information, create a year-end review, do something that's engaging, also informative, that's going to keep students engaged for these last couple of days of school. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or would like something to be covered in the future, let me know.